Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Meeker.
Hi, welcome to my room.
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. So we have Miss Fry here. As you guys know, she is our Dean of Students this year.
Yeah, hey.
So we are doing another episode of Helping Others, where we are learning a little bit more about people in our building. Last year we did this series and it went over really well. So we thought we would take it on again this year, and we're going to learn about the first couple of weeks about some of the adults that are in our office that you guys see around the building, and you might find you have something in common with Miss Fry.
Yeah,
so
you never know.
super pumped.
Yeah.
And I also forgot to say that the background of my videos probably look a little different because my office has moved this year, and I'm right in the Kiva and the library. So some of you guys have known that, have seen me down here in my office, and a couple of you are like, that looks different. The screen looks different. So
you got a big new office.
it is much bigger, and I'm very appreciative of
Yeah,
it.
very excited.
Okay, so here we go. You
Yeah.
care if I ask you some questions?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so how long have you been here at Lena Dunn?
Just a few months. I
Yeah.
started in July, and yeah, it's been great. I'm so excited to be here. I love all the students and the staff. It feels like home, and it's great to be here.
And what school were you at before?
I was at Griffith before, so if any of you students were at Griffith, I've been at Griffith. I was there for 7 years, so you could have seen me at Griffith if you had been there before.
And that's the school that's on the highway.
Across from Benji's, the restaurant across
Okay.
from Benji's. Yeah.
So if you guys ever drive by, that's where Miss Fry was, and now we're super lucky
Yeah.
to have her here with
Now I'm
us.
Here. Yeah, thanks.
So being here,
Yes.
and being part of Lena Dunn and everything we have going on here, what is one of the things that you like being here? Like, what's something you like about our school?
I love our Kids at Hope that we do. I think our pledges are awesome. Our kids are amazing. You guys make my day every day whenever I am in the hallway and you see me, and you're all so excited to give me a big wave, and I just love that. And you guys are all just awesome.
So you have no idea, but Mr. Cherry did this interview.
Yes.
And his answer was kind of similar, which makes me like it has to be true. We've had 2 adults that did not know what their answers, and he was talking about how students have greeted him ever since he's been in the building. And the last several years, that's been something we've really been working towards, is when you see adults in the building and just greeting them and being kind and making them feel welcome.
You can definitely tell.
Oh.
The kids are just so great.
I love it.
Yeah, I also love the teachers too.
Yeah.
But the students are why I'm here, and it's my reason for being in education. So that just makes my day every day.
I love it. I love it. So keep that up, guys. And do you have any kids?
I do. I have 3 children. I have a daughter who's 20. I have a son who is 11, almost 12 next month, and then another son who is 7. So my 12-year-old's in 6th grade, and my 7-year-old is in 2nd grade, and then my daughter lives in Indianapolis and works full-time at the Embassy Suites in downtown Indianapolis. So
That's a hotel, right?
It's a hotel, yeah. So she works at a hotel, so that's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah,
I
she
bet
loves
she
it.
sees
She's
all
met-
kinds of things.
Yeah, she's met some famous people like Simone Biles, the gymnast. So that was a highlight of her career in the hotel industry, seeing her. So that was pretty cool.
We'll have to think of that's a fun career.
Yeah, she's loving it. She loves
love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for sharing that. And we talk a lot about one of our destinations we get into for Kids at Hope, we talk about hobbies. So would you care to share a hobby that you have?
Yeah, I have several different hobbies. One of my hobbies is that I really enjoy reading. So I read professional growth books, I read romance novels, I read just all sorts of different things. And then I also like to walk, and we have a nice little neighborhood, and my boys ride their bikes and I walk, and so those are kind of some of the things that I enjoy doing.
So I have a question that's not on this list. Well, not on the list.
Yes.
So are you one of the people that only read one book at a time, or do you have many books that you're reading at the same time?
So I can read about 2 books at a time, maybe one professional and then like one fun book. So yeah, I try to stick with just 2 things going.
2 is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I can only do 1. I'm a 1 person. I got to stick with that 1 book to make sure I finish it.
Sometimes I have to take a break, like when I'm reading things for education or even self-help or something like that, then I'm like, okay, I kind of need a break from that. So then I kind of go to like the non-thinking about anything type of book.
I
Yeah,
like it.
so.
Okay, that makes sense. And so, as well as with Kids at Hope, we talk a lot about our ACEs and how we have different adults that come into our life that are different supports, and they serve different purposes. You know, we have our ACE of Hearts, they're more of like your parent. We have the ACE of Clubs. That's somebody who just really cares for you and you know you can count on them, but you have at least known them for at least 8 weeks. We talk about our ACE of Spades, and that's just that person that sets really high expectations for you. You know that they're expecting you to give it their all, and you just know that from them. And then we have your Ace of Diamonds, is that's when an adult gives you the opportunity to succeed. Hearing about all those different ACEs, do you have an ACE that you had growing up that you could share?
Yeah, I do. I had an aunt who I was really pretty close to. And she was probably a lot of all of those things wrapped up into one, except for the Ace of Hearts. So she was definitely a caring and adult for me. She always set high expectations for me. There was times I would want to opt out of something because it was a little bit difficult, and she would always, and I would go to her and she would ask me about it, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm not really going to do that. And she'd be like, oh no, that's not an option.
I love it. We need her.
Yeah, everybody needs her. She's great. So, and even today as an adult, she's an educator also, so probably a little bit of a reason why I went into education. But we share a lot. She's in Washington Community School Systems, so she has helped me and prepared me to even go further in my career as an educator.
Yeah.
So I owe a lot of my success to her, and so she's definitely one of my major aces in my life.
And you think she knows that?
Probably, yeah.
Well, if you were a student,
sure.
I would
should probably
be encouraging
telling
you
her.
to tell her that.
Yes,
So.
yes. I think in the past, I'm sure I've shared with her that, she's pushed me.
Well,
so.
she might know when she watches this. Maybe she'll watch our
maybe
YouTube.
we'll watch
Because
it.
these videos are on YouTube.
Awesome.
So our kids can go back and watch them at any
Yeah.
time. And so I've also, when I went around the classrooms earlier before I went on maternity leave, all my classrooms, we talked about peaks and valleys and how we're always climbing up a mountain. And sometimes we get to that top of the mountain and it's this awesome feeling, we've accomplished something, but it's not always like that.
Right.
That's life. That's every day. You might go up and down that mountain. So can you share just for the week, maybe your peak, something high that's happened, something good?
I would think the peak was rejuvenating over fall break. Yeah, we went on vacation, a short little trip, and just kind of rejuvenated ourselves and did lots of different activities with the kids. So that was probably my peak. And the valley all kind of at the same time because we had to get back into routine and wake up early and so but I was glad to be back to school and feel ready to go. Hit another 9 weeks hard and get us ready for.
Getting back on that sleep schedule can be tough.
Yeah.
When I get out of my schedule, it's really hard to get back on. It takes me several days.
But I'm a very routine person, so I like the structure and the routine in our house. So it's nice to have a little break, but I also like to get right back into how we're supposed to be.
I can understand that. And do you have anything else that you would like to share with any of our students or staff that are watching today?
Just that you guys are all great, and I'm super happy to have been welcomed by all of you. And you've made the first 9 weeks of my new job very rewarding, and I'm just super excited. So.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to have you, and thank you for being on Helping Others.
Absolutely.
I did mention in our first video, I'm still taking names from students who are interested. The goal is for me to be out of the screen and students to be sitting in my seat, interviewing some other adults and maybe even some students. I really want to focus on us getting to know each other in our building before we reach out and talk to people in our community. Just because I think that's so important that we know who we're in the building with. We know more about the adults, we know more about the students, and we just make sure everybody feels comfortable and welcome here at our school.
Yeah,
so, all right, thank you for being on.
Thanks,
See ya. Bye, guys.